All right, folks. We're picking up back with the hologram. It's been a couple days since I've been here, so let me remind myself what's going on. What are we trying to do with the hologram? Okay, we get the big hologram by adding cards to our deck. One way we can do that is with DNA. DNA adds cards to our deck every round. We can get cards added from vouchers. We've got the magic trick and illusion vouchers, just playing cards in the shop. Other vouchers, we already have the antimatter, so we already have the extra joker slot, discount voucher, extra hand here, extra discard, boss reroll. Boss reroll is kind of important. One thing we do sometimes when we are doing, let's say, the mime and baron scoring technology, we reroll for the serpent boss. The serpent boss, that's the one where every time you play or discard a card, you get to draw 3. And it just keeps increasing your hand size. You discard 1, you draw 3. You discard 1, you draw 3. So you can use that to get a very large hand with a lot of kings in it and then score a lot of points. Even when you're using DNA, when you play that first hand, DNA adds the extra cards to your hand, so it overflows past the hand size limit, and then on top of that, the serpent will give you another 3 cards, which is kind of powerful. So we have the voucher that allows us to do that. This does, of course, mean we are scoring with the high card, level 67, high card so far. This is high enough to where there aren't really any more meaningful upgrades that we can get for the high card. You can get more Pluto cards, you can level this up even higher, but as a percentage of how much we're doing, maybe additional Pluto cards are not going to do that much, not going to move the needle that much. It's mostly these cryptid cards. So every time you use a cryptid card, you add 2 copies to your hand. You add 2, in our case, we're trying to add kings to our hand. And then just like the serpent and the DNA, that allows us to overflow the hand size. And with enough kings added to your hand, you can score enough points to actually break the game. If you get past E308, I think it's 308, then the game says it's an infinite number of points. Not a number, times 10 to the infinity power. So if that's something that you haven't seen before, that's something that we will be doing today. Eventually, that's the plan. And with that technology, with the ability to score more points than the game is able to register, we're going to be trying to survive as long as possible in endless mode. The game allows you to go to ante 39 is the most you can go. When you get to ante 39, the scoring requirements are bigger, and it actually goes up to, again, that kind of scoring limit. The scoring limit happens when you get to like 2 to the 1000th power, 2 to the 1024 power. And so in ante 39, the scoring requirement is not a number. And so since the requirement is not a number, you can't be equal to or greater than not a number. The game ends, or actually it just says you lose. That's it. So that's the end of the game. Get to ante 39. That's what we're trying to do. Because the longer we survive, the bigger we can grow the hologram, and then however many cryptic cards we use, those also count towards the hologram. So starting right now, if I just used my 131 cryptid cards, that's already 260 new cards added to the deck. 260 times 0.25, you could do the math, it's a big number, hologram already. This is what the monster of a deck looks like. So we've got different flavors of kings, spades, hearts, clubs. Most of these are the kings of diamonds because I started out, let's see if I can find one. Started out with these purple seal kings. Purple seals because we could discard them to get value, either money in the forms of hermit and temperance, or tarot cards that we could use to build the deck. So kind of you would shop and you would add random cards to the deck, and then at the same time you would use the tarot cards from the purple seals to fight the chaos and try to rebuild our deck towards having mostly kings in the deck. 145 kings out of, we've got 237 total cards. And the final evolution of this, we have now, wait, not the blue one, but the red one. We have the red seal kings. Red seals because it re-triggers you can re-trigger the Baron effect and then get more points with the red seals. So that's where we're kind of at right now. We're done with the purple seals. We're done with the blue seals. We're focusing mostly on the red seals, getting as many red seals as we can. If you want to score more points, the way that you do that is you use red steel kings. The reason we're using red gold kings is so we can make more money. Every gold card that you hold in hand, you get to copy the mime a bunch of times with brainstorms. We have 3 brainstorms. We also have blueprint. So you get 20 bucks per king held in hand. So if you have 30 kings, that's 600 bucks. And that is what gives us the money that we can use the voucher, that we can reroll and get the serpent boss every time. Guaranteed serpent boss. Alright, but other than that, that's it. We do have a random negative 8-ball that showed up. Kind of cute, I guess. Oh, I should also say, let's see here. We got a king here. We got a queen. Look at that. We got a jack here. Look at that. Harder to see the jack because it's in foil. Kitty, the art department. We've got some new face cards here. We got some custom face cards. This is Jimbo. This is Yorick. This is Canio. Yeah. Yeah. These are the high contrast versions, so mine are purple. But I kind of like the... Well, it's tough. It's tough because even with the Slay the Spire cards, for example, I kind of like the Slay the Spire cards in their original colors, like the Silent being green and then the Ironclad being red or whatever it is. But when I turn off the high contrast cards, I couldn't do it. If you turn off the high contrast cards and then the clubs become black again, I couldn't do it. So I had to keep the high contrast mode on. And with the high contrast mode, then these come out, this comes out purple here. Jimbo's purple. Sorry, not sorry. And then Canio's also purple. Here's the percolator himself. This is Triboulet. Tribulet's got a purple stamp on him. Here's a clean looking Chiclets. Chiclets looking grumpy. Anyway, if you don't already have it, if you haven't already done it, check out this mod. Kitty added a mod with the extra legendary faces. Alright, let's get percolating. Alright, Temperance gives me 27 bucks. Do we want the Tarot Tycoon? I am undecided. I want to say... Tech says no. I guess I kind of do want it. I kind of want it so that it makes it easier for us to get the other vouchers that we're looking for in the future. I kind of want it for those reasons. I kind of want it for just like random death cards or even a chariot card. I don't have to take it right now. I can wait on it. I can wait until after the big blind. Death and Fools to change the ugly deck. See, that's kind of important. That could be kind of useful. We have $3,000 right now. Something that we need to figure out is how much money do we want to spend every round? Because right now I have a bunch of gold cards, and with a bunch of gold cards I can make a bunch of money. But in the future I might want to switch to steel cards, and then steel cards are going to score more points, but then I'm going to make less money in the future. So one thing I could do is I could stockpile money now, save the money for rerolling the bosses in the future. I think that's what I want to do. Save my money until after we get Overstock, because Overstock you get to see 50% more cards per reroll. So it's the same as having 50% more money if we just wait until we get Overstock. Joker wise, we don't have any Joker slots. We're locked in. We've used Ectoplasm to get negative Baron. We've used Ectoplasm to get negative Brainstorm. The next Ectoplasm is expensive, -3 hand size. We're probably not gonna do this. So maybe Hallucination? No. Maybe here we can look for some tarot cards before we open the Arcana packs, but I'm not gonna reroll too much. Maybe. Hey, look, a queen. Now hologram is 73.75. Text says reroll to 10. 10 feels like a reasonable number. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Maybe not too many rerolls. It does make the gameplay a little bit less exciting if we're not rerolling very much. Bandicoot says the queen looks really good. Yeah, so these, if you haven't already heard in like the past week or two, the Slay the Spire cards were done by Nito. She streams her pixel art. She streams Rocket League a lot, sometimes Bellatra. Let's see if I could shout out Nito. I missed. I typed it bad. Shout out Nito. There we go. They're sick. They're so sick. The Slay the Spire cards. Alright, Hermit here for 20 bucks, or we can hang him. I think we hang him actually. So 9 and 8 here. Take that. Yeah. We gotta fight the chaos. Temperance is okay, I guess. Alright. In that case, let's just take the Tarot Tycoon. It's fine. Alright. Blueprint, copying Brainstorms. Brainstorms on the percolator here. Go next. Hey Stan. Thank you for 6 months of Prime. The boss here. I'm not gonna reroll the boss yet. Let's do some science here. Let's copy the DNA. Okay, we don't want to skip to the boss, because if we skip to the boss, we get less DNA action. We get less cards, less shops. What do I want to do right now? I want to find a hand that has all red seal kings is what I want to do. So let's discard like this. I have strength for this queen. Cool. Fool for strength. That's not ideal. Okay, my bad. Okay. We can hold on to that. Alright. Let's do some experiments here. Let's play the red seal. Text says we can blueprint the mine for more points. Yeah. That's a move that we could do. Alright, so that's E11. That's not enough points. So one thing we could do, okay, now instead of copying the DNA, we can copy the Baron. Brainstorms on Baron. And you've got with the red seals here, so this is 1, 2 activations, and then the mime is 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then the Baron is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of Baron. So it's 3 by 5. Okay, if we do blueprint on the mime, now it's 1, 2, 3, 4 triggers with the mime, right? So mime 1, 2, 3, 4 because of the red seal. And then with the Baron here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 by 4 instead of 3 by 5, which is not that big a difference, but it is a difference. Okay. This is the best that we can score right now, okay? Our best hand is all of these red seal kings. We don't have any red steel kings yet, okay? And after we ship it, takes a little while. Okay, we're gonna take the mime, move it over here. And so if you haven't already heard, now after all of the scoring happens, there's another phase where it checks for mimes. And then now I can do blueprints and brainstorms on the mimes. We get a bunch of extra money from the gold cards. Okay, so that's my best hand. Is E32. And then that's going to be enough to beat this boss here, presumably. Well, this boss has no discard, so that's another problem that we might have to figure out. So basically what this means is I don't have to use any cryptids yet, and I don't need to reroll the boss. And we make 200 bucks, basically. Copy the percolator. Okay, Magician and Priestess I don't care about. I have 2 Arcana packs, so we could do a little re-rolling. We could spin the wheel if you want. I said I'm not going to do Ectoplasm, so we can spin the wheel, I guess. Bummer. I Am Shu says that was 9 Red Seal Kings. Correct. Useful. Okay, cool. Hermit, sure. I can use Fool to copy Hermit. Jokers we can't take unless they're negative, basically. There's another king. Okay. I have Death here, so... Well, this is kind of awkward. I guess let's turn the blue one into a red seal one. And then use a Fool for another Death card, probably. Seems like a good idea. Okay, I can turn a 7. H-Waves wants to know what would we replace DNA with? Why would we need to replace DNA? Currently, DNA gives us extra hand size gives us extra points. Also, DNA gives us extra cards for the hologram. DNA is pulling double duty. Go next. C-Dubs, hello? C-Dubs has been on a journey. C-Dubs has been chasing the Perkeolus Naninth. Get Naninth without Cryptid. Okay, face down after played. That's probably fine, right? DNA. Demonic Giraffe ran into someone IRL. Okay, got talking about Balatro, and it happened to be someone who also knows about the Balatro University. I feel like we're reaching that level of ubiquity where anyone who's known about Balatro now knows about Balatro University. We're getting there. Alright, got a glass 4, I guess. Got a magician, I guess. So here's another red seal. Most prestigious Balatro school. The school of getting away with it and dunking on children. Okay, let's go to the settings here. Let's speed it up a little bit. All right. So the scoring goes a little bit faster now. It still takes a little bit of time. Adam Malika says a degree from Balatro University should be a requirement to unlock Gold Stake. I don't think that's true necessarily, but I do think it's kind of funny when people race ahead to Gold Stake on one deck before they're actually ready for it necessarily, and the way that they win is not necessarily through skill every time. There's some amount of skill, but there is also, you know, if you just play 100 runs, one of those will be a free win. And then so eventually you'll make it up. You only have to make it up 8 steps to get to the Gold Stake. And then when you get to the top, then it's like... Then they complain about it being too hard. They complain about it being poorly balanced. It's unbalanced at the top level. We can take a chariot. Hungman here instead of the devil, probably. Alright, I think I am going to make a... I think I am starting to make steel cards now. For points. Came here for a lecture, got scolded. Well... only if you deserve it. I'm going to save the chariot, I think. I will use it next round. Let's go death here. Okay. Let's get percolating. What is a scolding if not a lecture? Audrey's asking me tough questions. Let's go steel here. Yeah, I want to do this Hungman action. Alright. Here we go. Queen and 10, we can hang him. There we go. That's what I want. Perfect. Alright. Copy the Steel King. Quit dancing. Quit pretending. You ain't doing nothing. Alright. Copy the mime here. Okay, so I don't need the steel, so I'm just going to ship it this way. Okay, and then move the mime. Alright, now what? You want a telescope? Yeah, telescope seems like it could be okay. What's next? Skip tags? I do have a double tag. I'm not 100% sure if I am going to skip. Here we need E36. How do we get E36? Is it steel time? So... we can get the Hungman here. Tech says 1 cryptid. Tech, you would say that, wouldn't you? Let's open this Arcana pack. H-Ways asked, would a Stone Joker record be interesting? Okay, H-Ways, in what ways would it be different than the current one that we're doing? Alright, I can go death here on the 10. I could use another death card. I can make a Steel King. No kings. Yeah, I guess. So, let's see here. You would survive for a long time holding on to cryptid cards, and then in the end, you would use the cryptid cards to copy a stone card instead of a king. Like, that's a thing that you could do. That's how I would do it. Probably. Let's go Emperor here, I guess. Gold Jack. And go next. Alright, I can turn this jack into a steel king. I can use the fool for another death. I can use death here on the jack. I can go temperance first. Murphy, you really like the blueprint mod? Yeah, I feel the same way. Being able to like change what it's copying, being able to see the different cards. Alright, what are we doing here? We have the steel cards. Yeah, we should just ship it. So, alright, DNA, let's make some steel. Okay, then Mime goes here, Baron goes here. Now we have the extra steel card, so it works out the same. Alright, if we want to use Cryptid, split off one Cryptid like that. With the steel cards, is the steel going to be enough? Unsure. Onifray, thank for the Prime sub. Ship it. E43. That's overkill. I think maybe we don't actually need the cryptid, maybe. Fool. Could take a hungman here, could take a chariot. Probably chariot. We are playing on the ghost deck, yeah. So I can make a steel king. I will make another steel king and then use temperance. Death. Okay. Times 80 on the hologram. Okay, so here I can use death if I want to create another red seal. So this king doesn't have a seal, I can add a seal to it. I'm gonna save the death card, I think. Copy the percolator. Alright, so here with the jack. That's it. Ship it. Drizzle. Yeah, Drizzle, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Scholarship time. 5 more folks who don't have to watch ads. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. 1 gifted sub is use 1 cryptid. 1 extra cryptid. Did I spell that correctly? How do you spell cryptid? It's right here, cryptid. Okay, let me pin this message. There we go. All right, so let's see here. We can do, well, I want to make sure I have steel, but I also want to make sure I have gold. So, yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. Hello, Raffle. Hello, Raiders. Let me get the fire started. I'll tell you what we're cooking up. Raiders, we're working on the biggest hologram. Trying to beat Zeno's world record for the biggest hologram. We got times 84 on the hologram right now. Our scoring technology is Baron and Mime with some cryptids. Cryptids copied with Perkeo. Oh yeah, this is what the deck looks like. It's actually not that bad. It actually looks kind of clean. Kinda. Mostly kings. Yeah, this is on a random seed. We did use the brainstorm mod so that we could restart and find Perkeo easier, but otherwise it's a random seed. Okay. We have telescope, so we can see Pluto. Skip the rest. Arcana pack, we can reroll first. We have 3 copies of Brainstorm, and this is a blueprint. Currently copying the Percolator. I could take a Fool for a Hermit. We could try to do better. Alright, Magician's out of here. I could make a glass card, I guess. I could make a glass ace. And then go next. Alright, boss says face down after played. That's okay. Copy the DNA and go next. So get rid of the queen. Alright. Copy the steel card. Crash wants to know how many gifted subs before we completely sabotage the run and we use something like an Ankh or a Hex or something like that. 150 gifted subs. I'll do it. We will end on the spot. Everybody gets to go to bed. Ship it. Wait, this might not be enough. Actually, we didn't use any cryptids. Yeah, okay. Alright, Mime and Baron, ship it. There we go. Text says in total or in one gift? In total. So 145 left to go after Adrizzle's 5. Okay. Yeah, if you pay me, then Zeno's record gets to survive. I accept bribes. I accept ransom. I accept ransom money. Okay. No skip tags that I'm interested in. I can make this gold card into steel and skip the rest. $159 cryptids. It's getting away. 87 on the hologram already. Discard random cards. That's not good. First hand face down. I think now I'm willing to reroll for Serpent so that we can use less use less cryptids. Alright, E43. Let's do this. Let's discard for just steel. Maybe? Well, to the best of our ability. Alright, good enough. Copy the steel card. Baron goes here, Mime goes there. Play the Steel King after we use Cryptid. So when we used one, I wasn't paying attention to what it was. Was it like 41 or 42 or something like that? 38? Alright, we'll use another one then. Wait, Demonic Giraffe says never mind. Demonic Giraffe is a liar. Alright, well, we'll do it for science. We'll figure out what this one is. Figure out where we're at. Text says 43 with 1. Audrizzle says the doc has to pay attention this time. That has never been the case. What do you think all of you are here for? Alright, that's 51. 2 is 51. Standard pack, I can take a king here. Alright. Since there's no Arcana packs here, I'm not going to re-roll. Let's just go next. Alright. I can get away with some gold. Drizzle, thank you for the gifted sub for Demonic Giraffe. Longtime viewer, Demonic Giraffe. Alright, so 2 cryptids we said we need. Let's go 1 extra, just for funsies. How are we doing on steel versus gold? I guess we'll just do this. And ship it. Wait, now we get to do it for science. So now we know if we have 1 extra cryptid, we can see what the difference is. So if 2 cryptids is 51, well, I guess I gotta wait for it to score here. Kamikat says it's kind of borderline. It depends on how many gold cards we have. Probably it matters a little bit. Okay, with 3 cryptids, it's 57. So basically that tells me it's E3 for each king. Each king is 1,000 times. Okay. Whoa! Got the Polychrome Mime. I shouldn't reroll here. Copy the percolator. Alright, against the serpent, we actually... Okay, discard this one. I can do this. Copy it. Wait. Let's remove the animations. Alright, wait. Okay, let's get rid of this. let's... Okay, the steel ones we throw away. Because we don't need the steel ones. We want the gold cards for the money. Okay, so this king we can throw away. This queen we can throw away. Okay. Discard the 9. Discard. Discard. Alright, perfect. This ace, we'll play the glass one. Okay, we'll go Baron here. We'll go Mime here. And I want to do this, right? We have the setting for dramatic final hand. What that does is it gives you extra time to shuffle your jokers. Okay, so if I... Well, let's do this. We'll do it one time just to see it. One time. But in the future we'll skip it. Ben Joyce has a Hungarian translation, Hungarian localization for Balatro. What is needed in order to implement it? Or test it, or run it, or whatever? I have no idea, to be completely honest. I would talk to the folks in the modding community. Looks like we okay? We good? I'm good. Are you good? Okay, death card. I'll take a death card. Crystal ball. We got the crystal ball. Car Parker asked, would I use a scoring preview mod? I would never. I like not knowing. I like going based on vibes. Alright, so we could get a steel card. We could get a gold card. Let's take the gold card. No rerolls. Resist. Alright. Go next. So now we need 50. We could do 50. We can reroll the boss and get the serpent. If I'm paying attention. Eagle eyes. Okay. Oh, by the way, 94 on the hologram. Hey, wait a second. It's the manacle again. What the heck? Wait a second. Getting kind of expensive. See, this is why I said we had to save the money. Okay. Drizzle said the deck came very close to knocking my hat off. I mean, it's getting there. 300 cards already? It's getting there. Alright. Copy the DNA. So... Well, I don't want any of this stuff. Okay. Discard the red seal. Looking for steel. Kind of low-key important that we get the steel cards. Okay, cool. Alright. So... Alright, copy the DNA. Ship it. And we know, okay, 2 cryptids, that took us to E51, or it was kind of close. So let's go 3 cryptids. All right, now we're definitely good. Ship it. 2 cryptids, barely enough. There is some variance with how many gold cards we have. Here we have 4 gold cards, whereas the last time we had 2 gold cards. So maybe with more gold cards, we should have a few extra cards. Ben Joyce says we need 1,300 cards to get the deck to go off the screen. Alright, challenge accepted. The most we got last time, a previous time that we did something similar, we were able to get up to like 1,100 cards. Let's see if we could get past 1,300 this time. Drizzle wants to see a Professor Oak costume for the dock. Professor Oak costume for when we're doing the Pokemon. Pokemon will happen again in the future. So if that's a thing that you would like to see, alright. I mean, I'm not the one who does the art, so if someone made the art assets, if someone did it, I would dress up. I would be Professor Oak. For sure. Okay, I once again was paying attention to chat and didn't record how many points we got from that one. Oh well, that's okay. Here I have written down that 3 cryptids is 57, so I'm just going to assume that that's accurate. Here we could spin the wheel again, I guess. Bummer. 57 with 4 gold cards? Yeah, okay. Alright, I know I said, you know, if we get 150 total gifted subs, I would use either Ankh or Hex. We're playing on the Ghost deck, so we could get Ankh or Hex. Yeah, if I got all of them in one package, if we got a 144 left over gifted subs right now, I would sell all the cryptids instead of using them. We would get 300 bucks. Incantation! Mike wants to know which negatives would be helpful. Negative Beam would be helpful for a short amount of time. Negative Troubadour would be helpful for... Actually, Negative Troubadour is neutral against the Serpent, but Negative Troubadour is helpful against the regular rounds. Negative Andrew for extra discards? Yeah, maybe. Alright, use Incantation here probably. And Chariot for the gold card. Okay, Strength. I guess I could, but it's probably not going to matter that much. Now let's get percolating. We can go DNA. Okay. Find me a Steel King. Hey look, I found a Steel King. Alright, cool, let's make more of those. Okay, now I'm trying to think if I want to make more gold ones instead of steel ones. Maybe I don't actually need the steel as bad as I thought I did. Yeah. Oh well. Alright, 3 gold cards. We could go Baron here. We could go Mime here. We can use 2 cryptids. 1, 2. That's now times 100 on the hologram. Let's play this steel one. Okay, and let's do this. Let's go animation skip. Let's go dramatic on the final hand. Go ahead and ship it. Well, wait a second. Oh, it only applies to the final hand. Also, that didn't do it. That wasn't enough. Bummer. Use another one. Oh yeah, I forgot. This I actually don't want. If it's not the final hand. Alright, ship it. That means we're gonna have to sit through it. A kleptomania asks, hey, Blueprint changes its appearance? Yeah, if it's copying Mime or if it's copying the Percolator. It's a mod by Stupid community member named Stupid. Stupid, by the way, also created a mod where if you go to your deck view here, it stacks the cards that are the same card. So if you have a bunch of red steel cards, it just stacks them and it says, okay, you have 100 of these. And the red gold cards, it says, okay, you have 80 of these. And you have 4 of these, or 2 queens of spades or whatever it is. Yeah, it's called the Cardomancer mod. Audio is cutting out kind of hard. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe the... Yeah. Maybe when the scoring is happening. My bad. Oh, it's the in-game audio is cutting out? Yeah, I don't know how to help with that. I mean, I could make it just quieter, and then maybe it'll be less intrusive if it's just quieter. It's okay if it cuts out, if it's just quiet. Polychrome Seltzer. Chariot is okay. Happens now and again. Well, it's gonna happen a lot. Maybe the speed ups are causing some kind of sound issues. That could be it. I would believe that if you told me that. I think I'm gonna use this Fool for Temperance. I don't think I need another Chariot. Or I don't need it this way. Actually, yeah, maybe I just straight up don't need a Chariot at all. We'll just let the cards be gold. Gold is fine. Go next. Bubby Kaiser asks, is Baron and Mime more powerful than Perkea with Observatory? Yes. Kind of. So, if you don't use any cryptids, then Observatory is going to be able to get bigger. Because there's no limit to... When you're using the Baron and the Mime, you have a limit to how many cards you can actually hold in your hand. Even against the Serpent here, you get a limited number of discards, you have a limited number of hands. However many hands and discards you have, that determines how many cards you can draw against the Serpent. So there is a max hand size, even against the Serpent. Whereas the Observatory is unbounded. Well, it is somewhat bounded by however many rounds you have, however many copies of Blueprint and Brainstorm you have copying Perkea, but it is effectively unbounded. But once you start incorporating cryptids, then you can score more with Baron in the Mime than you can with the Observatory. Yuki Tanuki says there's a lag spike when we view the deck. Okay, I'll try not to do that. Two-Turn Coda says the Hologram World Record should include certificate on Marble Joker as well. Well, here's the thing, Coda, okay? If you have certificate and you have Marble Joker, you can copy one of those with Blueprint, but you can't copy both of those with Blueprint. So having one or the other is the same as having both, right? And they take up Joker slots, right? So if I have a Marble Joker, I could copy it with Blueprints and Brainstorms. And then those same Blueprints and Brainstorms can copy DNA. And then those same Blueprints and Brainstorms can copy Perkeo. And then that could be the way that you add more cards. But then that Marble Joker could have been a Blueprint. And that Blueprint could have copied Perkeo and could have given me an extra cryptic card. And could have given me an extra card from DNA. So it works out that using just DNA and Perkeo is actually equal, if not better, than having DNA and Perkeo and Marble Joker. By the way. Helium says they saw the Pokemon video, or sorry, the Pokemon VOD on YouTube from when we streamed it on Saturday. I didn't tell anyone that I was going to do that. I just did it. It was a surprise stream for the people who show up on Saturdays. And it was a ton of fun. Y'all missed out. It will be returning. We will do more Pokemon in the future. Pokemon mod. Also potentially some other mods, if I find one that's worthy. Many things I like about the Pokemon mod. The assets are really nice. It's really nice to look at. It's really inviting. It's really cute. And also the mechanics are interesting. Interesting without being too complicated. I think a lot of times I see mods, people, they make it too complicated. I feel like some of the mechanics in the Pokemon mod, they make sense as kind of like, okay, yeah, it's definitely more complicated. It's more than just vanilla Balatro, but it's not that much more. It's like what would make sense as a natural, let's say, expansion pack for Balatro or something like that. There are some balance issues, but I mean, that's kind of the same with any kind of mod. There's going to be balance issues. All right, blueprint on the Mime here. We've got the Baron. This is actually the final hand. So now we can do this. We can go dramatic final hand. And then this should give me the time to move the Mime. Let's go ahead and ship it. I've been scammed. It's a lie. Alright, I'm not trusting this Saturn mod ever again. 10 out of 10, super dramatic. Oh no. Look at all that money that we missed out on not copying the Mime. That's devastating. Look, it even says here. It says, gives you the time to shuffle. You liar. What speed am I on? I'm on times 16 speed. That could be it. Speed could be part of it. Needs to be the final hand. That was the final hand. Okay. We had 0 discards. We had 1 hand. That was the final hand. I don't know how otherwise to interpret it. I checked the box. What do you mean it's not turned on? I checked the box. Okay. Okay, my understanding is E59 we need an extra cryptid. Dolphin Lord said they tried it as well. Didn't work for them the last time that they tried it. Suspicious. Hermit? Yes. I can use death on the glass card. Okay, copy the DNA. Gabby says maybe it has something to do with enabling it when we have 2 hands left before we enter the final hand. That could be it. I think I'm just gonna not do it. That's easier for me. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. Baron goes here, Mime goes here, ship it. There we go. E64. That makes sense, because 3 is 57, 4 is 64, it's a difference of 7. Ish. Yep. By the way, for folks who were here before, yeah, do you remember? The clicky pen is the return of the pen. Except last time I was playing with it too much and then I kept dropping it and then exploding the mic. My bad. I'll try to keep better control of it. Okay. We can go death. We can hang him. I could delete the ace here. I could delete the... I think I keep... Generic kings, I think we keep them. Fool here, I can get a hung man, but I don't get to delete these cards. That sucks. Go next. Casual, 268 kings out of 359 cards. Copy the DNA. All right. Let's do this maneuver. I'm going to discard all of these. That way I can delete a queen and a 9. Strength. I guess I can hold on to it. All right, DNA goes here. And we go 4 cryptids. That's it. No one wants to know what speed this is on? Yeah, we've got it's times 16 speed here. 109 on the hologram. Let's go ahead and ship it. Important thing to note here with the final scoring or whatever it is, the game does have a top speed. And so even though it starts out on times 16 speed, it gets to the top speed very quickly, and then it's not going to go any faster. Username error wants to know, do we start skipping to the boss now since we're using more cryptids per round than we have cryptids to use? Well, if we skip, then you don't make more cryptids. So that is a thing that we could consider for the future, but I would like to delay that as long as possible. We have a stockpot, right? We have 175 cryptids stored up. So let's say if we're operating at a deficit, maybe minus -5 cryptids every round, you could still go for 17 rounds or whatever. Yeah. So being negative is okay. We could do the calculation. We could, but then you would have to do the calculation. Or you could just say trust. Have you considered? Have you tried that? I kind of want to know what's under this polychrome card. All right, death here, sure. These two we can hang them. Get percolating. Okay, I actually don't have a Steel King. Okay, let's find a Steel King. There we go, copy it. Awesome wants to know, are there any records for anti-8 runs only? So non-endless runs? Yeah, there's a ton of records. I think the sort of the most prolific player in that category is Steel. Steel has a bunch of YouTube videos doing these non-endless records. like biggest Canio in 8 antes, or biggest Yorick in 8 antes. Yeah. Also did Hologram and Vampire recently. I mean, has done a bunch of them. Pre-endless records are differently interesting. They're interesting in different ways. All right. Mike says we could get the biggest steel Joker. We got enough steel cards. I guess that's possible. Maybe we could do that. Let's try. Okay. This 7, I want to play it because it gives me money. Sorry, wait. DNA goes there. Biggest steal is like times 200. Super Will wants to know, is there a list where you can find all of the world records? There used to be a list, but it stopped getting updates. It's been a long time without an update. Steel ones we can discard, or we can play them, I guess. Dolphin Lord says, we only end up negative on cryptids after we get to 15 cryptids per round. That's a lot of cryptids per round. I don't know if we will get to 15 per round. Good to know. Wait, 15 per ante. Oh, so you're saying like 5 per round. Well, not counting the boss, not counting the serpent. It matters for Ante 24 when you get the Ante 8 bosses. Alright, Steel we can discard. We can play the Jack. Alright, so Baron goes here, Mime goes here. Let's go ahead and ship it. Copy the Mime for our money. Mr. Mysterious wants the link for the channel of the person doing the non-endless records. I don't have it off the top of my head. Sorry. I know on Discord, in the Normie Balatro Discord, their name is Steel. Drizzle, thank you for another gifted sub. Clayum Beezy. Hello Chance, welcome. Username error had to drop out of the Normie Discord because it got too active, too busy. Yeah, same. There's like one thread there that I check regularly. And it's the thread where people discuss the world record stuff. And I don't even check it that regularly. Ambezy says that we're gonna the deck is gonna knock my hat off. We're not quite there yet. I'm just resting my head right now. I'm just leaning right now. It's okay. Could take a devil card, could take a fool card. There's a hex. Fool copying temperance or fool copying devil? Probably devil. Sorry, I can't help but look at the deck because I gotta think about how many steel versus gold cards I have. All right. Ace and 3, we can hang them. Fool, give me another hung man for sure. Take temperance here. And go next. I don't need the devil that bad. I do like the hung man though. All right, the boss, we need the serpent. There it is. Okay. Username error said it sounded like I said devil over temperance. I think there's some merit to that. I think there's some merit to using devil instead of temperance because mime gives us 20 bucks per king if we have a gold king. And so maybe the one gold, or it doesn't have to be a king, just any gold card. So when we're up against the serpent boss, if you have a gold card in your deck, you draw the gold card, it's worth 20 bucks. It's worth 20 bucks every time. Maybe that's worth more than a temperance card. Maybe. Jack and 10 here, we can hang. Gamma asks, do red seals re-trigger cards held in hand? They do. Yeah. I mean, that's like kind of important that they do. But yes. Alright, Fool gives me another hung man. I'm into it. Username error asks, would that devil have been worth it given how many cards we have? Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. So, Fool for a hung man. Okay. Copy the Steel King. Poll is up. Would the devil have been worth it? Alright, I'm gonna vote no. I'm gonna vote too. I'm gonna fill the ballots. Alright, stuff the ballots. There we go. Alright. According to my notes, I need to use more than 4. I need to use 5 cryptids. 5 cryptids here. Drizzle gave us a gifted sub, so we're going to use 1 more. That means 143 left, and then we'll use all the cryptids. Alright, ship it. Extra cryptid just for Ambeezy. I appreciate that there's 4 people who voted for the devil would have been worth it. You never know. You only have to draw it twice for it to be worth it. You know, we have 20 antes left, so in 20 antes, if we draw that gold card just 2 times, it's worth it. Wait a second. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, I was like, wait, E82, that seems like too much. But actually, yeah, that makes sense. We used an extra one. Yeah, I'll use the Fool for a hung man. Alright, we got 2 Arcana packs here. Driver's license. According to the driver's license, I have 346 enhanced cards in the deck. Tech, you want a voucher check? It's the same as what it was an hour ago. We have the Tarot Tycoon. That's the main difference. I guess we also got the Crystal Ball. Also, we have the extra hand size. You know what? Alright. It's been a couple. Alright, we got Death. So we can go Arcana. 5 and 8, we can hang them. And then I'm going to hold on to the Death card. Or, yeah, let's hold on to the death card. Get another hung man here. Okay, temperance, money. Too bad we can't do the golden ticket. You know, if you gave me a negative golden ticket, I would use it. Ace and stone, we can hang them. Get me out of here. Oh, there was a devil card, we could have bought it. Yeah. Okay, new poll. Would that $1 devil card, would that have been worth the $1? Alright? Based on the odds of, you know, would we actually... Because if you don't draw the gold card, you don't actually get the money for it. Alright. Copy the steel card. I'm gonna vote yes. It might have been worth it. It might have been. Second City Wolverine, thank you for the 3 months in advance. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cryptids. Alright, let me check the results here. The results are in. Yep, it's a landslide victory. $1 devil could have been worth it. Hey Quillian, thank you for the Prime sub. Second City Wolverine said, downloaded Balatro not that long ago, just a week ago. Watched a couple YouTube videos, Balatro University YouTube videos. Already beaten 11 decks. Hey, congratulations. Glad I could help, but at the end of the day, you gotta be the one to do the work. So, congratulations on your victories. Hopefully many more to come. Celestial Pack guarantees plutonium. Maybe I should reroll first in case of a fool. Chariot? Nah. Look at that. Jump scare. Whoa. There's a king there. Oh, 119 on the hologram. What's the score that we're trying to beat? Does anyone know? Did anyone watch it? Chapin, thank you for the 4 months. Aura? Sure. Temperance for 29 bucks, or we can hang him. Let's go Aura on this king. Let's go delete the 3. Foiled again. Yeah. Jerome asks, could Observatory plus Perkeo plus Incantation be viable for the Hologram World Record? Yeah, maybe. I think you could. I think it would be a contender. I think you could get into kind of the same ballpark. But I guess, like, consider this, Jerome. Consider this, right? If you're using Observatory, half of your percolation is going to planet cards. Half your percolation is going to Incantation. Incantation, which adds 4 cards to your deck, right? Here, 100% of my percolation is going to Cryptids, and Cryptids add 2 cards. So doesn't that come out to be the same? Maybe. Well, I guess the difference there is if you are using the observatory, maybe you can get away without using Baron and Mime, and so you get an extra blueprint or an extra brainstorm, and then so you get extra copies that way. But here we get to use DNA. Also, if you're using incantation as your way of making building up your deck, maybe that makes your deck less efficient, whereas here, because we're using cryptids and because we're using DNA, we actually have a bunch of gold cards, so we can get a lot of money. My mouse died. Tech wants to know what percentage of our deck is kings. A kleptomania wants to know how much money do we actually need? That's a good question. Thanks for asking. I did this in the wrong order. I was supposed to play my cards first because now I have more cards in hand. It's going to take longer. Bummer. Yeah, in all seriousness, I don't actually know how much money that we will need, but we need some amount of money. We need, on average, it's about 250 bucks, 250 to 300 bucks to reroll to get the serpent. So I need to make at least that much money every ante. That's part of it. Gamma wants to know what I think about negative playing cards. Go watch the Pokemon video, or Pokemon VOD. When we streamed the Pokemon mod, there was a way to get shiny playing cards. Go investigate that. That'll tell you what I think about negative playing cards. Anyway, let's go. This is, I want to say this is enough kings. Right? Blueprint copying the mime. Let's go ahead and ship it. Cass wants to know what the current value on the hologram is. It says 121, even. Sounded like it was underwater. Alright, who bet on Omen Globe? Mike wants to know, how many world records do I still hold? Um, I don't know. It's hard to quantify, right? Because you can always make up new records, right? Oh, the most cards played or the most cards discarded. Stuff that people don't actually care about. So, you know, somewhere between 10 to dozens of records, you know? Most gold held in hand. Most gold made in one round. Most gold made in the final hand. Most rerolls. Most rerolls in one shot. Those types of things. Most chiclets at one time. Anyway, if your question is like, have any of the records that we've done before, have any of them been beaten? The answer is yes. We did some records pre-observatory without any observatory stuff. And then so now after discovering the observatory tech or optimizing the observatory tech, now someone has gone back and then done some of those old records again, right? I think Parrot Dash got some good results. All right, here we go. We got the Crimson Heart. Shuffle me Jimbos. Nar. Stinky. Purple, I guess. No voucher tag. Bummer. Discard. I could keep the blue seal. Yeah, why not? Alright, so yeah, we'll do the DNA. Okay. This is why, by the way, you don't want to rush into making too many steel cards too early. Because now we actually don't get any money. I mean, yeah, we get 50 bucks or whatever, but that's it. We can go Baron here, we can go Mime here. My understanding is 1, 2, 3, 4 cryptids takes us to 64. If we go one more, that takes us to 70. If we go one more, that takes us to 76, 77, maybe 76 and a half. And then so if I go one more, that should do it. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Smash. Brings us to 126 on the hologram. Tech wants us to turn off the animations. Then I don't get to copy the mime. Oh, I'm supposed to copy the mime. Woo. Almost goofed it up there. Thanks for saving us, Tech. We tried doing the animation skipping and it didn't let us move our mime. Tech, let's not be dramatic, okay? It's not no gold, it's just less gold. We had we still had the one gold card. Okay, and if I had the blueprints and the brainstorm, that's going to be an extra $12 on that one gold card. Also these extra Pluto cards, right? Spooky asks, isn't that what Dramatic Final Hand is supposed to do? That's what it's supposed to do, but it's not functioning. So it's not about what it's supposed to do. It's just, it actually isn't working right now. $12 could be a whole boss reroll. Yeah, could be. Buffoon pack? Hey look, it's a Grimbo. Ben Joyce getting late there. Gonna head out. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Ben Joyce. Tech says it's because we have the times 16 speed. Yeah, agree. I actually know what the problem is, but I'm not gonna fix it. Let's go next. Okay, copy the DNA. So I didn't write down how many points it was when I did the 7 cryptids. Bummer. I didn't write it down. I'm just gonna use E90. Wait, that's a little bit overkill. Okay, so what you're telling me is I don't need 7, I only need 6. Okay. It's because it was all steel, so it scores more points when it's all steel. That makes sense. I believe that. Okay, sure. So you're saying this has a chance of not working? Nah, this should be fine. Ship it. So this is 1 less cryptid than last time, and I think that's fine. Tech asks, if we use all of the cryptids at once, does the game crash? I think it'll survive. We've done it before. It does take a while though. I would rather space it out, and instead of doing all the cryptids in one hand, use the cryptids in separate hands. We did one where it took us like a half hour to score a single hand. Alright, 6 is 82-ish. 82-ish. Alright. Copy the percolator. Got an Arcana pack. 130 on the hologram. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll get to the podcast round. Avalios has fallen asleep to the steel sounds, this kind of rhythmic, repetitive sound. $4,500 in the bank. We got the hung man here for the 3 if you want. Sure. I could use the chariot to make a steel card, I guess. Alright, percolator. Huggies fam, hello. Welcome back. DNA, okay. Wait a second. All steel? Then I don't get any money. Ah, bummer. At least now I don't have to move the mime. Baron goes here, mime goes there. Jan, you stepped away for a minute to draw a mustache? Where are you going with that mustache? 4, 5, 6 cryptids? Okay. No gold. Alright, you got me. No gold. That means it doesn't matter where I put the mine. I see you, Jan. We're gonna do, it's November. We're gonna do mustache November. It's Movember. No shave November. No nut November. What? No shave November for charity? Movember is testicular cancer awareness? Wait, is that true? Is that accurate? That's cool. Cool if true. Whoa, look at that. Alright, get out of here. So, here's something that could be considered. At some point in the future, we could try to get a burglar, and so when you reroll the boss, when you do the serpent boss, you can beat the boss with the burglar, and then the burglar allows you to save cryptids potentially, or at least that's the theory behind it. Do you want to do that? If I get a burglar, I would probably get rid of the DNA. Yeah, maybe I'm not there yet. I'm not ready for that kind of commitment. Hey, look at this. Look at this cutie. It's Ricky. Stone card? Sure. Tech says we should find ectoplasm to do that. That sounds dangerous. If we go down to hand size 1 or whatever, that sounds dangerous. I guess I could go down 3 hand size, -3 hand size. I will consider it, okay? Use death here. And then for the queen, we can go... Instead of a red seal, I guess I'll just use the hermit. Cass asked, did we use 2 ectoplasms already? We did, yeah. Once we start doing that, we probably have to skip to the boss. Okay. Yeah, I'm not ready to skip to the boss. So let's say it takes $300 on average in order to find the serpent. Okay, if I have 14 rounds left, or 14 antes, what's 14 times 300? Is that 4,200? So we have enough money. We have exactly enough money. Well, we have a little bit more than enough money, because you actually do get a little bit of money from fighting the serpent. Look at that. Hashtag calculated. 4,200 is how much money we need? 300 per ante. All right. Purple seal. Now we can reroll. If we have extra, we could reroll, maybe. We do a little bit of rerolling when there's Arcana packs, when there's a reason to reroll. Twice per shop. You're right, okay, maybe twice per shop. Okay, so my understanding is, according to my notes, if we do 7 cryptids, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, that should get us enough. So we made 4 cryptids. Wait, no, we made 5 cryptids. We lost 7 cryptids, okay? Ship it. So we're now negative. We're now losing cryptids every round. Paul wants to know if it would be worthwhile to search for a negative certificate or other kind of negative cards, negative jokers in the beginning. Oh, to do this kind of run, to do this, you know, trying to get the big hologram. What we ended up doing for this particular run, we started with Perkeo, and then the first Buffoon pack gave us Blueprint. Or was it Brainstorm? I think it was Brainstorm. And this hologram, this was a negative hologram. Naturally negative hologram. Hello Sleepy, welcome back. Let's take the gold seal here. Naturally negative hologram, salt in Zeno's wounds. It's really, honestly, insult to injury. Do I want Planet Merchant, or we don't need it because we're going to go all the way? I think we don't need it. Could take a hung man here. Delete the jack. Okay, wait. What if we throw away all of these steel cards? Okay, then we can delete the jack and the ace. Okay, then we can discard purple here. Star, we don't need. Alright, copy the steel. We're up to deck size 484, 141 on the hologram. Alright, Baron goes here, Mime goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aldrizzle says, I know it's been asked repeatedly, but what is Zeno's record actually? Well, the reason why you've been asking repeatedly, or other people have been asking repeatedly, including the doc himself has asked this, is because no one has said anything yet. We actually don't know. Tech says a bit over 100. Alright, thanks Tech. What a hero. One-on-one? I thought it was 130. Yeah. He's 6 feet under with an extra foot of salt on top. Dylan Costa says maybe 112 or something. See, people are disagreeing about what the number is. You know what that means? That means we gotta go watch it. I put the link in the video description so people could find it. Katie says it was big. You know what? That's all we need to know, is that it was big. I think it could be interesting to see for folks who want to know kind of what the difference looks like, the difference between doing it on the Ghost deck versus doing it on the Plasma deck. Zeno did on the Plasma deck. What are the advantages or what are the disadvantages there? Tech says ectoplasm is harder to get on the Plasma deck. Okay, if it's harder to get ectoplasm on the Plasma deck, it's harder to get extra Joker slots. And then those extra Joker slots then translate into extra cryptids, you know? Paul asks, is this vanilla Balatro behavior? other than the Saturn mod. Yeah, other than Saturn stacking up the cryptid cards, it is functionally the same as vanilla. Under the hood, there are slight variations, there's slight divergences, but it's not functional in the sense that you wouldn't really notice when you're playing. Hopefully I made that as confusing as possible. All right, let's get percolating. Yeah, we've got some other cosmetic things going on. Okay, we got the serpent. Cosmetic like. Look at this. Our kings of diamonds. I guess it's kind of hard to see because they're foiled. Okay. I want to play this king with the DNA. Ship it. Okay, kings are okay to hold. I guess I can throw them out. Okay, throw away this king. Paul got blasted by a McDonald's ad. Sorry, Paul, what was the question? The question was, is this vanilla? Yeah, functionally the same. Other than the cryptids stacking up here, it's just a cosmetic quality of life kind of thing. Okay. Let's discard purple. Get a devil card. I could use a devil card. We could get the money. Boom. Got him. I can play a king. Cat says greedy. Maybe. Maybe not. Six we could discard. Okay. Gold 7 we can hold on to. Okay. Steel king we can discard. Okay. Baron goes here, mime goes there. Question. At some point, even with all the extra discards and extra hands, then the serpent, you still need to use some amount of cryptids. So we could do a quick calculation here. When we used 7 cryptids, that was enough. 7 cryptids is 14 cards, so 7 plus 14 is 21 cards. So it looks like we have enough. It says 30 here, but you have to discount the ace and the 7 don't count. So it's actually 28 here. 28 out of 21 is the number that we need. Let's go ahead and ship it. I kind of want McDonald's now. I kind of want chicken McNuggets. I kind of want to try the chicken Big Mac, because the chicken Big Mac, it's different from their fried chicken sandwich. It's different from their McChicken sandwich. Like, all of those are different breading on the chicken, whereas like the chicken Big Mac, it's just a big chicken nugget, and I mean that in an affectionate way. Like, sometimes you just want chicken McNuggets specifically. Clown asks, is it the crispy chicken? It's not the crispy chicken, no. It's they made an extra large chicken nugget, and then they put the chicken nugget on a Big Mac bun. Clown asks, isn't that a McChicken? See, this is a common misconception. Anyone who, you know, eats chicken nuggets religiously would know. No, because like chicken McNuggets, they're battered, right? They have a tempura style batter on the chicken nuggets, whereas the McChicken sandwich is breaded. It's got like breadcrumbs. Also, it's got seasonings. It's got salt and pepper in the breading, whereas the McNuggets don't have pepper in them, the batter. Totally different texture, yeah. Observatory, whoa. We could do the plutonium, wait. So the plutonium, by the way, actually, doesn't matter. It's not enough. Queen here, I guess. Bubby Kaiser asks, if we had the same seed on the plasma deck and got a cryptid from a 6th sense, would it last longer? No, it would last the same. The point is, we can survive until the end. Even though we're not playing on the plasma deck, we have enough to survive. Presumably. I believe we've done our due diligence. Devil? Alright, I could take a devil. Okay, so I can make this king into gold, or I can use temperance. If I use the devil here, I don't get to use temperance. Tempting. Alright, fine. Go next. Tech says, with this same seed on the plasma deck, you could go halvesies, you could go half cryptid, half incantation. That's true, but you wouldn't get the ectoplasms. You wouldn't have the negative jokers. That would be another thing that you'd have to do. And we were able to get the cryptid like, well, I guess we didn't get the cryptid until Ante 7, which is kind of late. But you're talking about, okay, on the plasma deck, you're trying to get cryptid and incantation and ectoplasm. Get all three of those and balance the cryptids and the incantation. It's a non-trivial task to balance them. Just saying. Paul wants to know if we would try a world record for the most jokers at one time. We've done it. Guess how many? Alright, we got the serpent. At least 15, yeah. Do we take a voucher tag here? Do we skip? Or if we don't skip for this voucher tag, we may never skip again. I think it's fine if we don't skip. Alright, let's do a vote. Alright, start another poll. Do we skip for the voucher? We get 2 vouchers. Cass says, was it 108 jokers? We did 108 jokers one time, and we got more jokers another time. Using the Perca-Cola. Yeah, that was the method. Alright. This king, I will turn gold, and then I will discard it. Alright. This king I will copy. Alright, according to my notes here, if we do 7, that gets me in the E89, 90 ballpark. So if I go one more, that takes me to like 85. Sorry, 95. So I need 2 more. There we go. Alright, that's gonna be 9 cryptids. I probably should have just shipped it first. We got time. Now I'm gonna forget to write it down. Cass wants to know, is there any voucher that we really need? I mean, we don't need Overstock, but it's kind of more exciting if we get it, right? Because you can use Overstock, you can reroll 4 cards. Because we have Magic Trick, we can get more cards from Overstock. Cass wants to change their vote. It's too late now. It's an even split, 10 and 10. Ooh, it's a close one. It's a nail biter. Cass says remove 1 from no and switch it to yes. Every vote matters. Let the record show every vote matters. The no's have it. And, you know, let this be a teachable moment, okay? You know, they say, okay, you know, everybody should vote, right? But also maybe, I don't know, do your homework. If you haven't done your homework, you should vote anyway. But if you are going to vote and you do have like a minute in your car, like look it up on your phone, do a little bit of homework. Paul wants to know, if we got a Polychrome King in hand, will it trigger the Polychrome? It doesn't. Polychrome only triggers when you play the card, not when you hold on to the card. Wait, what did we score there? I didn't write it down, but it was enough, right? We'll just do the same next time. We'll just do the same. Mr. Maestro asks, by the way, Mr. Maestro, welcome back. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Mr. Maestro asks, okay, do I think that Hermit should have your money up to 20 if your balance is negative? Oh, okay. So if you have negative money, currently Hermit does nothing. You think if you have negative money, Hermit should somehow help you and bail you out of debt? No. Sorry. Hermit is really strong. Okay, when you have, just in general, Hermit is really strong, being able to get plus 10 bucks, being able to get plus 15 bucks. Okay, if you make Hermit give you something even when you have negative, then Hermit is even more useful than already it being too overpowered, right? Why would we want to make Hermit any better than it already is, right? Silly Maestro. Tech says it should increase your debt. Yeah, what if that's a thing that you want? What if you want to have debt? What if you want to increase your debt? You should be allowed. I'm curious, by the way, how many cards I've removed from the deck. Like, obviously we have 529 right now. We can check the hologram to see how many cards we've added. And then we can subtract to see how many we've removed, because it feels like we've removed a lot, right? Go next. Oh yeah, the poll was we don't skip. Alright, goodbye voucher tag. Drizzle says that suspiciously sounds like math. Uh-oh, wait, my bad. Wait a second, I shouldn't be encouraging this. Sorry. Everyone's gonna relapse now, and it's gonna be my fault. Temperance here. Queen, we can hang him. We could hold on to the Hungman. I think I might hold on to the Hungman. It's a slippery slope, Drizzle. Slippery backslide back into mathematics. I apologize to everyone else who, like myself, is a recovering mathematician. Cyan Print asks, does applied mathematics count? Or does applied mathematics work? I think applied mathematics is exempt. I think if you find a way to apply your mathematics, then I think that's a safe and healthy way to use mathematics. You know, like when I'm shopping, right? Am I not going to do the calculations about how I can get the most calories per dollar? Of course I am. Ship it. Cat says looks like about 83 card difference between hologram count and cards in the deck. Yeah, this is not counting. We didn't get the hologram until ante 5 or whatever it was. Pretty late in the run, ante 5 hologram. So there were a few cards that were added or moved around before then. We started the run with Immolate, and we copied Immolate with Perkeo, and we got down to like 10 cards or something like that. Maybe 15 cards. So there was definitely cards that were removed before then. Paul asks, is Baron in Mime the best combination to score the most points? Yes. It is the strongest, highest scoring combination. Baron in Mime. And part of that is being able to break the hand size limit by using cryptids. It's really the three together. I think if you don't have cryptids, if you're not going up against the serpent boss, for example, then flush 5 with polychrome cards, polychrome glass cards, and idol can score more points. But the serpent breaks the hand size limit, and then so Baron and Mime starts to get ahead. If you have burglar for the extra hands, burglar you can copy with blueprints and brainstorms, and then the serpent gives you extra hand size because you can convert 20 hands. Every time you play a card, you get to draw 3 cards. Then you can actually score Nanymph without cryptid. Nanymph without cryptid is possible with the burglar. If you don't know what I mean by Nanymph, stay tuned. We'll get there in about 2 hours. Alright, let's check this buffoon pack for a negative. Chief Tyrell says stencil erasure is sad. Okay. You can also score Nanymph with stencils, or I guess any kind of X-Molt Joker using the Perca-Cola combination. It's hard, okay? It's difficult. And I think then Baron and Mime is going to come out ahead. Like, you can reach Nanymph with Baron and Mime without any cryptids. And then if you include cryptids, you could get to not just E300, but you get to E3000, E10,000. Okay? So it's hard to argue that that's not just the best that you can do. Also, if you want to see me get 100 stencils and score Nanymph with only stencils, that's a video on the Balatro University channel. This queen, I could turn into a king here if I want. And then I could turn it into gold if you want. We could use Aura. Foiled again. Tech says that Baron and Mime is the only combination that can beat or get Nan Inf without Perkeo. Yeah, to do the stencil thing, you need Perkeo to copy the Onks to copy the Colas. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. Ace and Stone card, we don't need those. We could delete them. And then we can copy the DNA. Paul got university at 8 a.m. What time is it right now? Perkeo is its own force of nature. Yeah. Perkeo really do unleash the Eldritch Horror. Perkeo was created before Spectral cards were created, and then after Spectral cards were created, Perkeo remained unchanged. 1:30 a.m. in Germany. You got university in, let's see here, 7 hours? You gotta go to school in 7 hours? Okay. Yeah, play this king, sure. Texas 7 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Yeah, I'm in Central Time in Texas, so I got 6:30 p.m. right now. Okay, let's discard the steel so we can draw. Baron goes there, Mime goes here. Discard. I can keep a gold 5 probably. I can throw away a 10 probably. Okay, I can play this king that's not steel. So, all right, now I have to do some, I gotta do some more thunkulating here. All right, we got 9 is 18 plus 7 is 25. Minus 1. Then I have the steel cards. This should be enough, right? I guess if you wanted to be sure, you could do this. Then it would for sure win. That cost me 20 bucks. My uncertainty cost me 20 bucks. Spooky says daylight saving times got you sleepy. Yeah. I only sleep for 3 hours at a time, so an hour difference is kind of a big difference. Oh no! Wait a second. I miscounted. Ah, dang it. Ah, bummer. I guess everybody could go to bed now. Betrayed by the gold card. No, we played the gold card. We played the gold 5. Let's see here. It was supposed to be, because last time I used 9 cryptids. 9 was fine, right? So 9 is 18 cards. 18 plus a starting hand size of 7. So that's 25. Yeah, I guess. Okay, the difference between 28 and 25, that's 3 kings difference. We had 3 more kings than before, but we had gold kings instead of steel kings. Yeah, that makes sense. Ah, bummer. We're gonna have to watch back the footage. What did we end at? Yeah, I don't actually know. I wasn't looking at it. It was more than 150. Like 180 on the hologram. Maybe we'll get higher next time. You know what? The door's open. Okay, if someone else wants to come in and they want to get a big hologram, the door's open. You could see here, there's plenty of room for expansion. Plenty of room to grow. Guess we got to do it again. These runs kind of take a while to set up. Yeah, kind of. I mean, here's the seed here. You could run it back. You could do it as a seeded run. Now that you know all the technology, now that you know that the hologram's going to be there, you could set it up. Murphy says the door's open, but it's a heavy door. Yeah, it could be. Misclick Dota says if only we could go back in time. We could go back in time. That technology exists. Drizzle gifted 50 subs. Whoa, wait a second. 50 gifted subs? That's so many I can't even keep track of all the names. Reminder to folks, if you got a newly gifted sub, if you want to join the Balatri University Discord, now's your chance, okay? Exclamation point Discord in the chat for instructions. Any one-time sub, even prime subs, even gifted subs, so if you got a gifted sub, join the University Discord right now. And then once you're in, that's it. Congratulations on being accepted to Balatri University. Congratulations on your scholarship. Drizzle was thinking about doing it anyway. Drizzle was going to sabotage us anyway later. Wait a second. Oh yeah, new gifted subs. You get to try out your new emotes by Kitty. Kitty's our emote artist. Hey, wait a second. Drizzle just dropped 50 gifted subs and says maybe we play Pokemon now. All right, let's do it. All right, everybody, pack it up. It's Pokemon time. I do need to do some reconfiguring, I think, if you don't mind me shuffling some stuff around. We're gonna have to go to the void for a minute.